Hello.
Welcome aboard, everybody.
Yes, we are here live once again.
We're live. It's Thursday, July
July
14th.
14th.
I got it right that
Yes,
time.
2022.
2022.
Yes.
We'd like to welcome our viewers aboard today. We are in the midst of the summer months now, and
Dead in the heat of it.
we know people get busy during the summer months and vacations get started, but just still stick with us, if you can possibly do that.
Yes.
Like us on Facebook and share with your friends, as well as YouTube. If you could also subscribe and then
Like us?
and hit that notification bell so that you'll be able to keep up with us when we're doing our live broadcast. So again, we welcome you, and I think we're going to play a quick commercial
Yes.
real quick,
Quick commercial.
and then we'll be ready to dive right into our content for today. So stay tuned. Hold on. See you on the other side.
This is Glenn Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now, I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.
We're back.
Yes, welcome back. I just want to take a quick moment to say welcome aboard to all our viewers. I'm with Dr. Glenn Warren, and my name is James Jackson, Dean of Students with Fathers Forever University. So, Glenn, we had a very busy week this week.
Yes.
We were able to visit some men who are incarcerated.
Yes.
But-
I'm excited about that, James.
Mhm.
Our goal is to get into a lot of facilities.
Mhm.
And Wake County is the first one that we actually now teaching the class in at the Hammond Road Detention Center.
Right. This is our in-person class.
That's in-person class.
Yeah, one of our in-person classes.
Yes. So we just started at Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
So we, Sheriff Joe Baker called us and contacted us and wanted us to come back.
Mhm.
And so we started the class.
Yes.
I'm very excited about that.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Great. Well, it was a good session.
Yes.
We spent 2 hours there, but one of the guys had a question,
Uh-huh.
and we were talking about legacy,
Yes.
and what that looks like, what it means, and evidently he hadn't given it much thought. So he asked Glenn the question, Dr. Warren the question, is it too late to change my legacy?
Yeah.
Because after you're gone, you can't do anything.
Right.
And what did you tell the young man?
Absolutely not. Apparently, this gentleman had been incarcerated for some time. He said he'd been incarcerated for 8 years. He got out and was doing really well, and he got in trouble again
Right.
and ended up back incarcerated again.
Mhm.
And we don't know the results of when he's going to get out. But his concern was, is it too late for me to leave a good legacy?
Right.
Even though I had, made some poor choices down the road. And the answer is absolutely not too late. And a lot of times, it isn't just people who are incarcerated
Mhm.
that struggle with that question.
Right.
Is it too late to, if you look at legacy, you kind of, what value do we leave people
Mhm.
when we pass away, when we get on? And, legacy, our legacy lives on.
Right.
It could be good, it could be bad,
Mhm.
but we have time while we're living to make it a better one, or to do some changes that make it people more positive when we do pass on.
Sure. So what story are we going to talk about today?
Yes. So today I want to kind of tie into that. That question really, a lot of people struggle with the legacy. We're going to deep dive into that one of these days and really talk about what legacy means. But the story I think I want to talk about today kind of relates to that, but it talks about value. And I want to share a picture with you. One of the stories that I wrote in one of my first book, Chat and Chew, is really I talked about your value being the same. So I think we're going to put a picture up for you to see a difference between an old nickel and a new nickel. So you see, there's an old nickel,
Right.
front and back, and then you see the latter one is the new nickel.
Right.
So the issue is the value is the same. So you can take it out. So I'm walking down the Costa lot one day, James, and I see an old rusted looking nickel. I pick it up, put it in my pocket, and I go on to the cashier, and I check out. In fact, it was kind of raining that day, so the nickel was still damp. And I pulled it out, and I paid for my merchandise, and I needed some coins.
Right.
And I pulled out the coins that I had in my pocket, which one happened to be that old nickel. And the rest of the coins in my pocket was kind of shiny, but that one was really old. And so I put it out, and I wiped it off, and I gave it to the cashier, and she kind of wiped it off and put it into the drawer. No, I didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. So on the way back to the car, they hit me. It hit me. The value was the same. So I was like, that thought came. I was like, man. So you got an old nickel, and you got a new nickel. The values it's the same. So the point is, a lot of times, Jason, we go through ourselves in our lives, and this nickel was left out in the elements for who knows how long.
Right.
To the point that it became discolored, but it still was the same value as the new nickel.
Right.
So I created this story called "Your Value is the Same," and I kind of related to that. Sometimes we feel like, have you ever felt like you got left out in the storm, in the cold?
Yeah.
In life, in general.
Absolutely.
And you just feel like divorce, sickness, past choices sometimes, circumstances, and born on the wrong side of the track, being abused, and you just feel like my value is not, I don't really value myself.
Right.
But I really wanted to inspire people to understand that it doesn't matter what you're going through. It really doesn't matter what you're going through, what you have to. That doesn't detect your value. When you look at the nickel, what is it made of? What kind of?
It's actually, I think it is a nickel.
Yes.
The material itself.
But it's made durable.
It is durable
to withstand the life. I mean, it could be laid out in the street. It might have lost its color, but that nickel was still the same material in that nickel, the old nickel, as it was the new nickel. And the value was the same. And I keep saying that because sometimes, again, then I came up with the quote that our value is not determined what we're going through. Our value is determined by the one who created you.
Right.
I will say that one more time.
It's different.
Our value is not determined by the things that we're going through. Our value is determined by the one who created you.
Yes.
So if God created you to be successful, then you're going to be successful. And so we have to understand how to value ourselves, even when things in our lives haven't been right. There's been, poor choices or whatever we've done. Our value is not determined by the things we are going through. Our value is determined by the things that the one who created us.
Yes.
And the same thing with the nickel. No matter how long. And so what changed that day? That day, that nickel got back in circulation and was created now to do what it was created to do.
It's still.
When she put it back in the cash register, that nickel was created to be exchanged for merchandise for money. That day, that nickel was put back in circulation.
And ready to work.
ready to work. And that's what we have to do. We have to get back up and get back in the saddle. No matter times how many times we get knocked down, we have to get back up and get back into the saddle.
Absolutely.
Because again, your value is the same. Whether you don't you can look beat up, you can look like you've been through a lot of things, but that doesn't determine who you are.
Right.
And we have to realize that, and we have to see that, and that's why I'm so excited about going to prison and getting the fatherhood book inside the prison, because I want these men to understand their life is not over.
Yeah.
They may have some poor choices and now facing consequences
Uh-huh.
of their decision, which is the freedom been taken away. But hopefully, prayerfully, one day they're going to get out.
Yeah.
And while they're in there, as we, the guys are saying now, I'm here. I'm incarcerated, but I want to talk to the younger guys.
Yeah, because we asked that question. You can start being a father all over again.
Yes.
Right now.
Right.
You can start doing those fatherly roles. You can play
Yes.
that role
Yes.
right now. And they were thinking, I can talk to some of these younger guys.
Yes. Yes. What?
I
Yeah.
can take them under my wing.
Yes.
Or I
Right.
can find someone I can confide in, and
Yes.
they can confide in me.
Yes. Yes.
And so they started coming up with these ideas on their own.
On their own, yeah. They say, I want to make one guy, the young, he's probably 21, 22 years old.
Mhm.
And according to him, he's facing, he got to go to trial, but he's maybe facing a life sentence.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to start my ministry right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing, whatever he did. I don't know what he did, but his outlook is right now, even though I'm a young guy, and I'm going to start my ministry in here.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so, how powerful is that?
That was
You're
really
facing a
powerful.
life term. Life still is possible
Mhm.
for the behavior that you did, whatever it was. But you look at life that from that vantage point.
Mhm.
That though life haven't treated me fairly, maybe, and maybe get accused of something that I didn't do,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna stop living.
Right.
And so we know all too well of the story of Joseph, who was incarcerated, and
Absolutely.
how
Yeah.
he ended up. However, Joseph didn't know how the end was going to be.
He didn't know.
He didn't have a book to read about Joseph.
He was caught up in what was going on constantly.
Yes, it wasn't.
before
Yeah,
him,
yeah, he didn't know what the end was going to be like. We know how he, so he had to keep up his faith. He had to keep the value of who he was, intact. And a lot of times, that's what we really have to do in this journey we call life.
He saved a nation.
He saved the nation. Yes.
He saved a
And
nation.
so your call maybe not be save a nation, but save a soul.
Save
an individual,
the soul. Absolutely.
And so we talk about fatherhood as it relates. Our podcast is kind of related to fatherhood, as you know, but we talk about life in general. And so I really wanted to take home from this particular subject is your value is the same. It doesn't. Yeah, the quote that I've said so many times: your life is not determined by what you're going through. Your life is determined by the one who created you.
Absolutely.
And of course, the nickel was the Federal Reserve created the nickel, and it had a goal in mind that this nickel longevity. It's doable. It's gonna last. It could be left out in the elements for years and years and years and years, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna pick it up, and we're gonna go all get back in circulation.
Good.
So that's the kind of the outlook we have to take in life, that we're going to be successful, and to get again, doesn't matter how many times you fall, how many times can you get back up. If I fall 7 times, I get up 8.
Yep, absolutely. So what do we got going on within Fathers Forever?
Wow, we are, of course, we are moving now to our one of our locations. We moved Saturday to one of our locations. The big house we got, as you know, was sold, and we had to get two other properties, and God was gracious to us. We have really been blessed. We got 2 pieces of property, and it's closed on both of them. In the process of getting them both licensed now, and so we won't take possession of one of them until August 6th. The other one we already took possession on it. And so we are moving, get stuff together.
Good.
And this
Good.
weekend, probably tomorrow or Friday, we're going to be moving the chickens.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. That's,
Our viewers probably don't know we have
we have
a bunch of chickens.
we have 14 chickens.
and they lay eggs.
They lay eggs. We get about we get about 16 eggs a day.
That's good.
They lay eggs almost like every other day.
And the eggs are so expensive right now.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah,
great.
in the heat of the winter, in the cold of the winter,
Mhm.
they drop off a little bit. They don't lay that as regular, and even in the heat of the summer,
Mhm.
they'll drop off a little bit. But other than that, we get 13, 14.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and you had to have a talk with them.
Yeah, I had to talk to. All right, now y'all, during the one time they had stopped laying, and I was like, y'all know what y'all supposed to be doing, right? Laying eggs now. That's why I got you here. If you're not working, then we're gonna have to eat you.
Yeah, I
Just
think they started
They started
laying,
like, yeah.
right?
Yeah. So we're gonna have we're gonna be doing videos of moving
Oh, cool.
the chickens. So hopefully next Thursday, we're gonna have a watch Facebook. It might be posted it
Mhm.
this weekend. We got to do some. We bought another chicken coop, and we got to do some modifications on it
Yeah.
to make it a little bit sturdier, make it a little bit
Yeah.
bigger, to
Right.
fortify it, to make sure that
No
the critters can
yeah,
get in. So
predators.
yeah, we got it up set out, but we got to go out and kind of modify it. So hopefully we're gonna be moving the chickens over there
Right.
by the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
And
And then there's another thing that I wanted to bring to your attention. And it slipped my mind that quick. That's terrible. That is terrible.
that sounds of old age.
Oh,
we about the
man.
same.
We're about the same. But we want our viewers to just stay connected with us.
Yes,
We've always got
yes.
something going on.
Yes.
Oh, I know what it was now. We actually have some volunteers we're training.
Yes, I'm
To present.
I'm
I am a father
super excited about
forever
that.
curriculum.
As we expand
Mhm.
into as many facilities,
Mhm.
prisons, if you will,
Right.
if we can, we're going to be obviously James and I can't go to. We in person right now,
Right.
in Wake County. We're about to be in person in Franklin County. However, we are training 2 gentlemen now who's going to be taking the course.
And
Who's going to be training the course side?
and that's in Laurinburg.
It's in Lombard. No, Franklinton.
Oh,
Franklinton, which is in
Okay.
it's in Franklinton, which is in Bunn,
Bun.
North Carolina.
Mhm.
Is we are training.
I'm
2,
sorry. Yep, that's
We are
absolutely
training
right.
2
Mhm.
gentlemen now, the volunteers, and we're taking them to this 10-hour training that we're going to eventually, when it's about halfway finished,
Mhm.
they're going to be going down to Bunn every day and teaching this class.
So, if you want to be a volunteer and assist us, or if you want to be a trainer to teach this course, contact us, please.
Yes.
We're looking for volunteers because we're not stopping at 1 or 2 facilities.
Yes,
We're
yes, we
reaching
want
out
to get as many.
to other facilities, and we're making some things happen in that
Yes,
regard.
yes. Well, when you look at that commercial, you see that number, 627,000 fathers have kids under 18 that's incarcerated. When you look at that number, compare it to the moms you want to, but just look at that number by itself.
Mhm.
627,000 fathers.
Yes.
And also all these kids now are been raised without their father, and we can't do anything about that necessarily. But what we can do is help equip the father while he is in there.
Mhm.
Say hey to Mr. Robert Ashburn. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So we can't do nothing with their sentence, but what we can do is teach them how to be a
Yeah.
father while they're incarcerated.
And we're encouraging the gentleman to reach out to their children.
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
Because they think that I can't do nothing, so why should I call?
Yes,
or
yes.
let's check in.
Yes,
But
yes.
no, it's important to go
Yes.
ahead and check in now with
Yes,
them.
yes. And on a
Start.
regular basis, you got time on your hands. So that's why this book was created for self-study as well as group study. So we're gonna be doing the group study and they got homework assignment. They got plenty of time on their hand. So now's the time to really, buckle down and find out how to, use this book as a step to be a father even while you're incarcerated. And one of the reasons why we call it dads at a distance is because you're still a dad. You may be incarcerated, maybe at a distance, but you're still a dad. And so I'm super excited about getting this book into the hands of inmates and let them use that to help our kids and build a relationship with them until they can get out. So hopefully one day they're going to get out, and when they do, they can hit the ground running. But until they do, there's things that they can be doing while they're there.
Right. So viewers, if you are interested in being on the front lines with us, please call us at our number there, 919-779-9905. 9905.
Yes.
And also, if you don't want to be on the front lines, why don't you think about donating a book?
Yes.
Because we're still in the midst of our book drive. It's going to go on for the rest of the year, but we're still collecting donations that go towards the purchase of a book.
Yeah.
That book then in turn goes into a collection for the month. We take that total account of all the books that we've collected and move them on over to CLI.
And some of them we do locally,
or some will stay local.
Yes.
So if there's a determined need, we'll make sure they get local.
Yes. We're going to reach it out now to Johnson County. We got to call into them. So hopefully we're going to start getting some books there. We're providing books to Wake County, and now we're going to be buying books to Bun in Franklin County.
Right.
So we got three prisons right now. We're working at providing books.
These are all North Carolina.
All North Carolina, and as well as we give CLI, and they distribute them nationally, and statewide.
Right.
So we got both things. So we want to do the local as well as the city and the state. And those that we can't get to them in person, or we don't have a volunteer to go, we can always send the book.
Yeah.
That's why it's important that you make a donation if you can. And one of the exciting things about businesses, James, I want businesses now are starting to donate books as well. They don't sign them because they sell in the house or whatever they're doing.
Right.
Our realtor donated 25 books last month. Our mortgage guy donated, I think it was 69 books. And so we're going to take those to different organizations and they sign them. So we're super excited about that.
Well, we're not going to hold our folks any longer. We wanted to share some information with you. From now on, moving forward, we'll do our content first. Our announcements will come at the end.
Yes. So we'll
letting you all know.
So kind of recap of today is we talked about value, and your value is not determined by the things you're going through. Your value is determined by the one who created you. And so just remember that you are valuable. And God thinks you're valuable, and though you have made some bad choices or some mistakes, you haven't lost your value.
Right.
So that is the content today, and we really want people to understand and see that you are valuable.
All right. Everybody stay tuned for our next broadcast next Thursday, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, and hopefully we're going to have some videos with the move of the chickens.
That'll be great. Well, everybody be safe and stay protected with your health. And I guess you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
This virus is still around, so always be mindful of that.
Yes.
We want to welcome and want to thank our viewers for following us today, and we will see you next week.
Yep. Have a good weekend and be safe. Alrighty.